We are now on Nonotuck Street at the home of Basil Dorsey and later Thomas H. Jones. Basil Dorsey was a fugitive slave, ironically enough, from Liberty, Maryland. He has a very well-known story of his escape through Gettysburg and into Doylestown, where he was put on trial, and he got off and escaped and came to Philadelphia, to New York City, where he was helped by David Ruggles and Joshua Leavitt, and sent up to Charlemont, to this house, which is still there up at the Charlemont Academy. And then he came back down to Florence in 1844. Basil Dorsey was probably the best known of all of the Florence fugitive slaves. He became a well-known teamster for the cotton mill across the street. And Florence in 1852 banded together and purchased his freedom from his master in Maryland. He sold his house and moved to another house down near the dam where we were, and later on this gentleman, Thomas H. Jones, bought the house. And this is his famous slave narrative. Thomas H. Jones was a fugitive slave from Wilmington, North Carolina, and became a very prominent speaker in Massachusetts against slavery. He moved from here to Worcester and then on to New Bedford and published his narrative, and it went through 8 editions, and out there in New Bedford is where he died in the 1890s. Nonotuck Street itself had over 38 African Americans and 7 families living here, and Florence itself by 1850 was 10% African American, thanks largely to the presence of David Ruggles up to that time, and of J.P. Williston, the leading Underground Railroad conductor from Northampton, would give African Americans jobs here in Florence at the cotton mill.